Evening, metalheads, wherever you are. Welcome to a new interview with Acier Doux Metalzine with a new vibes, new motivation, a new guest, but old hosts. Manef and myself, same hosts, but today we have a special guest who comes from France. Well, he is originally from Algeria, but he resides in France and he plays the drums for many bands. We have Rachid Trabelsi, our guest today, drummer of thrash death metal band Corrosive Elements, doom metal band Conviction, death metal band Swamp Terror, and heavy metal band Pervert Soul. Okay, great. So, Rashid, welcome to As You Do Metalzine. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks to you for inviting me, and I think you did your homework quite well because you cited all the bands quite clearly. And yeah, so as you said, I play in many bands. I played in many bands through the years, but yeah, we are here to talk. I think mainly for corrosive elements, but we
Yeah,
can
precisely.
expand. We can expand on the other bands if needed. No worries.
Obviously. So the interview is about you in general and about corrosive elements in particular.
Okay.
Okay, so Rashid, well, I just cited the bands that you currently play for.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't speak about the bands that you played for before. So you have one hell of a career, obviously. So, Rashid, what we know about you comes from the research that is available on the internet. We can look up the bands that you played for, etc. However, the early years of your life we know very little about. So,
Yeah.
can you tell us what we don't know about you? How did it all start in the beginning?
Okay.
When was the first time you played the drums? Was it in France? Was it elsewhere? Did you play in bands, local bands that are not known? Tell us about the first 20 or 25 years of your life.
Okay. So have a seat.
Get
So
ready.
it all began, yeah, it all began in Algeria. I'm from Algiers. I always lived in the city. I'm a city guy, and I grew up in Algeria within the dark times. We had 10 years of terrorism, uh, civil war, that kind of shit that affects the lives of many people around the world. And I used to live in Algeria at that moment. It was the time of my upgrowing, and it's also the time that I discovered music in general, and I fell in love with rock and heavy metal. It was strange because it was a time where everything was completely chaotic in my life because of what was surrounding me. And like some of my pals, we went into the heavy metal movement because we found our way like this to escape our daily life. And first, it was just listening to music, and then something that I say very quite often is that when you are into heavy metal, you are a part of the movement. You do something for the movement. You give back. So naturally, first thing you try to do is play an instrument or sing, although voice is an instrument on its own. But you try to do something, be creative, and then you expand like you do, guys. You make a website, a webzine. You do interviews. So it's part of the culture. In when you are metalhead, you are part of the game. So my part was to be a metalhead first, and then I had some interest into drumming, but it was not available at that time in Algeria. It was quite difficult because you cannot purchase instruments that easily. Yeah, it wasn't available as now. Also, to take courses to learn your instrument was not possible. So it was difficult. For the first years, I was only playing with pens on any surface that can produce a sound and make me practice my
The
instrument
school
without
desk.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, the school desk, the books, anything. and in my head I was air drumming. In my head I was playing like Dave Lombardo, you know. In okay, but that's another reality. Okay, so at first I was just listening to music. I was not a metalhead, 100% metalhead in the beginning, as many people. And as things went by after high school, I earned a little bit of money, and then we had also at that moment some metal bands beginning in Algiers and Algeria in general, and we were friends. In the beginning, I was not believing that some bands could play that kind of music in my city at that time with the chaos surrounding. And I was thinking that it was like crappy music or shitty bands, but in fact, I fell in love with that motivation and that kind of dedication to play something from the heart, from the underground, being not known, playing in the shadows, like yeah, like underground in general. So I wanted to be a part of that. So I thought, okay, I need to start my own band. And fortunately, my best friends were into the same idea. They wanted to play guitar, bass. So at first, we tried to play with whatever instrument we can get a hold of. But yeah, we had to wait to get our first instrument, and then we managed to get our first instruments and play. We were really dedicated, so we used to play like 5 6 hours a day learning our instruments and making our first band. And that first band was named Worth. It was a play on the worth of something, the value of something. And in Algerian, el worth, as we say, is like the heritage. So we said,
Or legacy.
yeah, you will earn your heritage. And for that, we were speaking of our cultural heritage, Algerian, uh, Arabic country, and Mediterranean
North
roots,
African.
and also, yeah, North African, and also the heritage of heavy metal, because we were into extreme metal. We were playing some kind of melodic death metal. It was really in the air at that point with bands like Dark Tranquility and In Flames. It was some trend at that point. So it was kind of common ground for us, because some of us were into more into melodic bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Metallica, and some others were into Cannibal Corpse. So the melodic death metal made sense for us because it was common ground for us. And so it was my first band. We had the chance to have a very talented guitar player that knew how to play other instruments. So he teach us how to play what we had to play, and the progress was amazing because we were dedicated. We were doing that 100% of our time. We were all students. We were going to university. We played concerts, made a few concerts. We were on the Algerian radio, so it was fun times.
So, excuse me, Rashid. So,
Yes,
if my understanding is correct, you remained in Algeria until your university years.
yeah. I finished my studies first, and then I moved to France. I
Okay,
moved to
so
France
you were already an
20.
adult when you moved. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Great.
24, nearly 25 when I left.
When you moved to France. Okay, great.
Yeah,
So yeah, thank you for telling us these details about your early life because they are not known and maybe
yeah,
only a narrow circle of your close friends know about this. So great. So now, as we said at the beginning, Rashid, you play for four bands simultaneously. As we said, Swamp Terror, Conviction, Pervert Asshole, and Corrosive Elements. We know
yeah,
that being in one band is already hard enough. It's very
yeah.
demanding because there is recording, there is rehearsing, there is playing live. There is a lot of commitment involved when it comes to playing with one band, let alone
Yes.
four. So how? How do you manage this tight schedule of yours? I mean, you have four bands and you have your personal life and you have, I mean, and 24 hours a day, are they enough for you to manage this?
Full-time
The
How
job.
do
answer
you
is
cope with it?
it's madness, man. I can't say
Yeah,
no to
it's
my
crazy.
friends.
It's crazy. How do you cope with this craziness of being in four bands at
Okay,
the same time?
okay. So the secret, if there is a secret, is to be dedicated, of course, and try to be realistic with your goals. I mean, I'm serious with my bands, but we are not professionals. Okay, we don't rehearse every week. We have to do our homework. So when we meet, we play directly, and when we rehearse, there is no time to say, okay, you didn't practice that part good. You know your parts. You are here. We don't waste time. Also, there is like different levels of how to say. Not all the bands want to play every week or every month. We have a schedule, you know. So I know that, for example, Corrosive Elements produced an album this year. It will be my priority to play live with Corrosive Elements and practice with the other bands to permit them to evolve and do some gigs if there are some gigs or to record albums. But I try to keep it afloat like this. Uh, yeah, the schedule is everything.
Yeah, the schedule is very tight, obviously.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah, of course.
But
And then,
yeah, Manef wants to ask you something. He has a
Yeah,
okay,
question. I've been
I'm
doing
going.
all the talk now, and he has been silent. So now
let
it's his
let the
turn.
man
Come on,
speak.
Manef. Sorry for
Let him
keeping you
speak.
waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go deep in the music now. So you know the band, your
Yeah,
band, Corrosive Element, second album was released last year, 2024, right?
yeah, yeah.
The name is called The Serpent's Head. And
Yes.
okay, so my question: how you can describe the musical evolution compared to the first album, which is
Hmm.
Toxic Waste Blue?
Okay. So there are 10 years between the nearly 10 years between the two
Correct.
albums. When we began writing "Cut the Serpent's Head," we made a clever clever decision to write only stuff that we all like.
Mhm.
I mean, on Toxic Waste Blues, we tried many things, and for we tried to be more focused for Cut the Serpent's Head, make it efficient, to the point, and for the pit, for the live show. That's the main goal.
Correct.
I mean, not to be too technical. We don't want to be show offs like when you are 10 years younger, you want to prove some things. Here, we know what we have to do and we do it like we know to do it. So, no problem for that. So, that's the main differences. Also, we try to make a shorter album because with this style of music, when you have too many songs, too many different layers. Sometimes it can hurt the ears or give you fatigue. So we try to make it as compact as possible.
Correct. Okay. So basically, you say that's a more the serpent, God, the Serpent Heads was like more mature than the first album, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, correct.
of course, of course. Yeah.
Another
Also, there is
go ahead, go ahead,
excuse me.
go ahead.
There is one major difference. For the first album, it was more one or two writers coming with a whole song. For this one, it was really written in the rehearsal room as an old band did 50 years ago, not by internet. So you have five guys in the same room sweating and swearing to each other. You didn't play the right riff and everything. No, this riff is not good. This is how we have to play it. So it has a lot of meaning for us because we crafted the songs together as a
Exactly.
unit. It's not just one thinker. Sometimes it works for most bands. You have to have a leader for the writing. But for Corrosive Elements, the thing is that you can't force people to play from the heart if they don't participate in the writing. So this is the mentality that we had.
Correct. This is make me this is lead me to ask you the second question: who take care about the composition the most? So it was one person, or it's is a teamwork?
It's a teamwork. Uh, there are songs that began as ideas from one member. Like, for example, I can speak for myself. I came up with some songs, but they change a lot, and it's not my songs anymore. It's the band's songs because it's better like this for us. It works better for us.
Correct.
So it's really teamwork.
Okay.
Correct.
Great. Speaking of your music with Corrosive Elements, Rashid,
Yes.
you have been active with Corrosive Elements since its formation back in 2005.
Yeah.
You are one of the founding members of the band, and you're still active. So the band has been around for 20 years now, almost 20 years.
Yes. Yes.
Yet, the band has only released two full-length albums. Okay,
Yes.
so one might ask the question: what prevented you from releasing more materials? So I listened to the two
Yeah.
albums, Toxic Waste Blues and Cut the Shepherd's Head. They're really awesome, etc. And that's why I'm
Thank you.
asking if you can make this good stuff that is this good. Why did you only release two albums in 20 years? What was the problem? I mean, financial difficulties.
No. No. No.
Maybe you didn't find a record label that could release your music the way you want. Maybe there was disagreement on the ideas. What went wrong?
We are slow people. you know, for this
Very
band, as I
honest.
said, yeah, yeah, man. I would like to put another record this year, but I'm not alone in this band. I have to respect that some of the guys need to be 100% sure of what they are doing. And as I said, it's a teamwork. It's a democracy. We need to be all on the same page for that. And also, I'm not the only one who has a lot of bands. That's one of the
Okay.
reasons.
Okay.
So, so
Okay.
if you take only Corrosive Elements under the lens, you say okay, 20 years, you only released two albums, but collectively, I think we released 10 albums.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah.
so
That's an
so
interesting part.
yeah, yeah, I think we need to do that to do it like this to keep it fresh for us. Like I said, I want to make more music. I'm getting old. I need to put stuff before I can't play.
No,
but
no. I mean, people play in their 60s and
right,
70s.
yeah,
You're
yeah, of
still young.
course. I try. but but
Right.
but yeah, yeah. I'm conscious that we didn't put a lot of stuff. That's a pity because, as you said, I mean the music is quite good. I think people like it. We do it
Yes.
for ourselves first, but when people react to it, we are happy and proud. But yeah, I have to accept that we are not able to be that fast to write, compose, go to the studio, and take care of everything, the mixing, the mastering, the layout, and everything. Yeah, it takes time, and we really want to do it our way. Also, that's one of our characteristics. We are a DIY band. When I say
You
that, it
exactly.
means yeah, I mean we did the drums in the studio. We recorded everything else by ourselves, and the mixing was done by another person. But we are still connected to that part, and always it's really like a craft. Yeah, like we need to be part of every step, every single part of the process.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's not easy to make music, especially music that lives up to your potential. After releasing two albums that are really good, now
Thank you.
you have higher expectations from the fans, so it's not really easy to put out something that meets the requirements that you have set for yourselves. Great. So, yeah, you would like to say something? Go ahead.
No, no, no. It's thank you
Oh, okay.
for the good
Great, great.
words.
I thought I interrupted you. Okay,
No, no,
so
no worries.
I'd like to ask you something, Rashid. About this time, it's about you, not about
Okay,
corrosive elements in general.
okay.
So, and now, for example, in corrosive elements, you play with some French members, and there is another Algerian guy with you. I think there are two
He's
Algerian members, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, he's half Algerian, but he grew up here in France. Yeah.
Okay, half Algerian, so
In the
mixed marriage.
beginning,
Okay.
when I launched the band first time, I made it with two Algerian friends from I that I've played with in other bands in Algeria because I didn't knew enough persons in Paris to play with me for that purpose. But
That's
that
exactly
didn't.
what I was going to ask you.
Okay,
That's
go ahead,
exactly
go ahead.
what. Yeah, you anticipated my question. So,
No
yeah, I
worries.
mean, very good. So, for Corrosive Elements, even though it has Algerian members, it is identified as a French band. So,
Yeah, yeah, of
they
course.
can see it as a French band. So, I mean, well, first of all, is it possible to create a band that is purely Algerian, like all members are Algerian? And secondly, and most importantly, what do you think of the idea? Have you ever thought of creating a band
Of
that
course.
has 100% Algerian identity? For example, there are some really good Algerian bands out there. There is Asil. I know Asil; they
I,
are
I
really
was
good, and they,
I was going to speak about them because they are very old friends. So I
yeah, they're
have
really good and they're all Algerian.
yeah,
I saw the other time I was rummaging through YouTube and I discovered a band called New Median Killing Machine, and it's really awesome.
yeah,
And
yeah.
all the members
I know
are
them too.
Algerian.
I know them
Yeah,
too. Yeah. How is it? That
you as a drummer with more than 25 years of experience, is it
Yeah, I think we lost him.
yeah, yeah.
But you get
you,
the
you would
idea. So he was asking about
yeah,
was
yeah,
about
yeah.
if there is a
Uh, uh,
possibility to have
me-
a pure Algerian members band.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, of course it's possible, and my friends from Asil did it quite well. I played with the guys in other. Some of the guys from Asil were in Worth,
Hmm.
so it's continuation, some kind of, and to play with a 100% Algerian band, yeah, of course it makes sense. I didn't had have the chance to do it, and also I was not searching to play only with Algerian or French or anything. I want to play with the people that want to play with me.
Correct.
That's it. So if I can do a project with only Algerian members, no problem. Also, there are a few differences between my friends from Asil and I. They really wanted to put the Algerian roots in the music,
Hmm.
in their compositions, while I wanted to play pure metal. You know, I I say it a lot. There are many people that plays our Algerian music better than us, and I'm not searching that kind of stuff. I really want to play heavy metal the traditional way. That's
Yeah.
my goal. I mean,
Mhm.
but I'm not against playing in a band like Asil. It's just that I didn't have the opportunity to do it. I had more opportunities to play with traditional bands, and that was quite well aligned with my needs.
Correct. Oh, right.
Welcome back.
Ah, thank you. Sorry, I had some Wi-Fi problems. I hope I
Yeah, no
didn't.
worries, no worries, bro. So sorry, I already answered that question.
No problem. I will listen to it. I will listen to it once the video is ready. No, no problem. No worries. You don't have to
Yes.
say it again. It's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
There's a light also. The big difference with
Ah,
the
great. Yeah,
beginning.
It's okay.
yeah. I suspected something has changed. Great, great. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Okay, go ahead, Manef. Do
Yeah,
your
I
part.
was,
I'm
yeah,
done.
yeah,
I
talking,
just
yeah, keep always talking about the music. So, my next question. So, how you guys get in touch with the, correct me if I'm wrong, with the Gravy Storm
Yeah,
Productions, the label? It was for production or just
yeah.
for promotion and advertising?
Gravestorm is just us.
Correct. This is what I thought too.
So
This is what we thought
yeah,
too.
yeah. So 10 years ago, when we were about to release the Toxic Waste Blues, we searched for a label, and we didn't find any,
Wow.
or any that was serious enough to follow
Uh-huh.
we were about. So we just thought that it was more fitting for us to create our own association, label, organization, and also to help us found, just for the financial aspect of the band. It's better when you have a structure. So yeah, we created the Gravestorm, and we helped some of our other bands with it, because when you have all the contacts within one reach, so it's better. You can make some more useful contacts than being a band searching for something. When you
Hmm.
are many bands with one label like this, it's better. But for Cut the Serpent's Head, we had the help from two micro labels. We had Crypt of Dr. Gore, that helped us a lot, and Chien Noir, which is a label more into the industrial and noisy stuff. They wanted to help us to release the vinyl version of the album.
So basically the album was released by you guys as a producer, like for everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we yeah, Dr. Gore and Chien Noir were just here to help us for promotion and financially to produce the physical versions. We used some promotion from professionals also, but it's not the label that did it exclusively.
And I think it
We
was
had
your
to
idea to have the vinyl format, right?
Yeah, we wanted this one. This one we wanted to. It was created to be on the vinyl format. Even the length of the album was calculated to be on the vinyl.
Yes.
And nowadays, I mean, people buy more vinyls, or they don't buy anything.
Correct. No more CDs anymore. Yes.
See, yeah,
no more CDs. Yeah.
we continue to sell our CDs, of course, but I see the reaction. Oh, you have vinyl? I buy the
Exactly. This is
vinyl.
what I'm talking about. Exactly. Correct.
Yeah,
Something
people
Yeah,
special
prefer
now.
vinyls over anything else.
yeah. It's I mean, even for myself, when I see that there is a vinyl version, I prefer to have the big objects.
Correct. So, how were the feedback for the second album from the audience, from your fans, from uh, the French metal scene?
Okay. The reactions were quite good. We are really pleased with that. Everyone noticed the evolution, the more mature approach. Uh, of course, many people ask why there is a delay between the two albums. That's quite
Visible.
the question that is,
Hmm.
yeah, it's coming back every time. So yeah, that's part
Correct.
part of the thing. Um, yeah, people were really happy to see the evolution of the band, see that we didn't stray too far from our style, and some people were not that pleased because we chose to change a bit our production style. We wanted to come back to something more organic, old school, uh, real instruments. You know, I don't want to be too technical, but nowadays all bands sound the same because they use the same plugins, same methods. So we
For me,
said
it's too sad.
in the Yeah, because you lose personality. I prefer a bad recording that has personality over something overproduced, but is it's so sterile. I mean, yeah.
It's annoying
So yeah, it
sometimes.
was a conscious. Yeah, it was a conscious decision to make a production, a mix that was that organic, not overproduced, not not that very edited. It's more honest performances from the guys. Uh, this is this is as live as you can get
Correct.
on the album.
So,
Yeah, it's like
are you saying that you recorded directly from the amps?
no, we did reamping, but I mean you have full takes. You don't have edits or parts of riffs. You have full takes. I mean, even the drums you have per song. You don't you. I think there are only one or two takes that are combined to make the perfect take, but the kicks are not edited or erased and redone by a software or something. This is really what was played, you know. Uh, Also, when you do an album nowadays, you have layers and layers and layers of rhythm guitars. And when you go see the band live, they sound like shit because there are only two guitar players, sometimes just one.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we did a conscious effort to keep it like this. So two guitars, blending amps. So we try to use the amps that we have that we use live to stay true to the live sound of the band.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
that way it guarantees more authenticity to the
yeah, of
material that you're
course.
producing. Mm.
And that was all the band members were on the same path, you know. So since the beginning of the recording, it was okay. We are going to do it like this, and that's it. No compromise.
Great.
Cool.
Good. That's good. Well, unless Manef has anything to ask, I think we have come to
Well,
the
it's
end of this
yeah. I
interview.
still
Manef, have
have
you got
to.
anything
Yeah,
to
I'm so
add?
hungry to ask him a lot of questions. So I still have two
No,
questions.
no
So,
problem.
so first of all, how you can see the French metal scene now? Is active scene
I
some?
see it. It's active. I see it's a healthy one. A lot of different stuff happening. I mean, of course, the black metal scene is the strongest for
Mhm.
me. I
Correct.
think it's the one that try to reinvent itself quite good. We have a lot of good bands. The death metal scene is still active, but there are some differences between the old school bands and the ones that want to be uber brutal or deathcore or trendy.
With
So
the new
yeah,
elements,
death
yes.
metal. Yeah, yeah. So death metal is not that strong as it used to be. We have a strong doom scene. As I play in doom bands, I just discovered that it was really a family, and the bands were really good. So yeah, the French scene is quite active. It's hard for this scene because as every underground movement, it's really difficult nowadays. As if in every part of the world, when you have gentrification and in the cities, you don't have many places for alternative lifestyles. So yeah, it's hard to find some venues to produce a concert and everything. But yeah, resistance is here.
Okay, yeah, of course,
Yeah, great.
always.
You're doing a great job. You're resisting. You're doing a great job, guys. Yeah, that's
We
great.
try.
Yeah. So definitely there are some really good. I don't listen a lot to French bands, but the ones I find are always good. I don't know if this is a coincidence or if they are really good, all of them. So especially black metal, as you said.
Yeah.
And now the recent discovery. Actually, to be honest, I didn't know about corrosive elements before until Manef suggested it, because
Okay.
Manef is too much into underground metal all over the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I discovered you guys. I must admit that it was a great discovery. Keep doing what you're
Thank you.
doing, and
Thank you.
especially I'm proud of you because we as North Africans we are always proud of each other. So it's good to see an Algerian member who is thriving in in the French metal scene.
شكرا
We wish you the
شكرا
best.
يا
Yeah.
اخي.
العفو.
يعطيك الصحة يعطيك الصحة Rachid. Vraiment, keep doing what you're doing. Nous
Thank
sommes
you.
fiers de toi. We are very proud of you. And
Thank you.
I hope we will meet again for another interview, maybe for to discuss your future album, whether with Corrosive Elements or with one of the other bands that you play for.
That would be my pleasure, man.
Thank you very
Yep.
much. Also, I thank all our viewers. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out Corrosive Elements music. The link to their music can be found in the description right below the video. Metalheads, thank you very much, and see you with a new guest next time. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.